So it was just a month ago that Cathie Wood sold out of all of her Chinese holdings and basically took a dump on them on the way out. But now she's back buying huge amounts of Chinese stocks. So what happened? I mean, did she simply have a change of heart? Did she, go on a 1 month bender and finally stopped and then decided to buy the dip? And I even heard some say she was actually trying to manipulate the market to get a discount. So I will tell you exactly what is really going on with this, but more importantly, how this directly impacts your portfolio, even if you don't own a single Chinese stock and never will. So you seriously need this information because it directly affects you if you own any stocks at all, Chinese or not. Now, to be clear and upfront, this is not a situation of a jaded admirer because she won't answer my DMs. It's a matter of giving you guys the truth without the hype, and that's why you're subscribed. And if you aren't subscribed yet, it's free and easy to do, so make sure you do it now so you don't forget. And if you want to support the channel and learn in-depth how to become a better investor, do valuations, get buy and sell alerts, and all that good stuff, check out my new website, as there is literally hundreds of hours of content in there that we will discuss at the end. The bottom line, you're going to get the truth, even if it kills my chances at a date in the future. But I heard likes improve my chances of getting a date, so there's that. Moving on. So there is a lot of noise, misdirection, and hype around these moves. So let's put the facts on the table so we can piece together the why of all this and the impact that you and as an investor will see even if you don't own Chinese stocks. So we all know she sold all her Chinese shares a month ago, stating at the time, the valuation of the market is going to stay down for a long time until they become more inviting to foreign capital again and maybe want to integrate a little bit more into the world. The crackdowns by the Chinese government are contradictory to the desire to become one of the most innovative countries in the world. So apparently a long time in Cathie Wood's world is around a month. I got it. And last time I checked, the newest legislation proposed by China last week does the exact opposite of inviting foreign capital. But again, there she is, buying away despite these announcements by the Chinese government. And this is not a good look at all for Cathie, by the way. She literally said one thing, China proved her fear right, and then she buys anyways. And hence why the people out there calling her a hypocrite and stuff like that. Oh, but wait, there is more. She continued on saying the whole country is focused on becoming #1 in innovation. I'm wondering if something changed there though. So apparently the Chinese government did enough to flip her feelings on this just 30 days later by putting in regulation that clearly suppresses innovation, but she feels it helps it maybe, so she bought a bunch of Chinese stocks for her innovation fund. Are you confused and fail to see the logic here like I do? Yeah. Me too, which tells me the real reasons have nothing to do with the above statements made at the time of all this. Keep in mind, she is a fund manager, not an individual like you and I, and she does trade almost daily and has certain rules she has to follow as a fund that we do not have to follow. For example, last year when Tesla was running, she was selling on occasion, and people freaked out because she was suddenly bearish on Tesla. Now no, that wasn't true. She had to sell to keep her weight in Tesla within the limits of the fund, and Tesla was running up so big so fast, it had her out of limits a lot. And it's a good problem to have, not a bad one, but she was selling due to the rules of the fund, not because of her feelings on Tesla. And this fact is so very important because this is just one of hundreds of examples of how a fund makes moves that are counterintuitive to what we would do as individuals. The fact is, Cathie had $2.7 billion leave her fund in July, right around the time she started selling off her Chinese stocks. She could have simply sold to cover those outflows, and given the uncertainty with Chinese stocks, they would make a likely target to sell at that time to cover those outflows. Why didn't she just say that? Well, because it's bad form and awful marketing to say you sold some stocks to cover money coming out of your fund. That's probably not the best move. So she pinned the selling on Chinese uncertainty, and then when the stocks got to juicier levels, she started buying again. That is the most likely reason, and from that perspective, it makes sense, but that is also exactly where the danger is for you as an investor. Making decisions based on what a fund manager does, a YouTuber, even myself, is dangerous because you never know their real reason for buying or selling. ARK Invest routinely buys and sells based on the fund's need, not necessarily on if it's the best time to buy or sell a particular stock or in regards to their bullishness on that stock. YouTubers talk about buying or selling stocks for a lot of reasons. I mean, some believe in a stock, some are traders, some are long-term investors, some are long-term investors but act like traders, and some are paid to promote a stock. And if you don't think that's true, I get promotions periodically to promote a stock, and the money offered is quite frankly staggering. And I turn down every one of them, guys. I've never taken a single dime from any of those people. The point is, you don't know their situation, their plan, their risk tolerance, their other incomes, and all that good stuff, which is different from yours. So the danger for everyone is following not only what a fund manager or YouTubers buy or sells, but also the reasons why they publicly say they bought and sold. Cathie can never publicly say she sold to cover huge outflows from her fund. That would be devastating to her fund. So there is a perception that they've never bought a bad stock, or they always make perfect trades and all kinds of stuff like that. And honestly, we really do that as a society as well. I mean, everyone's Instagram life is better than their actual lives in most cases. I tell you guys my failures all the time because I think failure is the greatest teacher, and the lessons that I can pass on to you guys will make you better investors. And I guess because I only started doing social media for this channel, I've never really had that pressure to appear perfect. Seriously, look at this head, and I'll put videos up here and at the end that tell you exactly what I failed on. If Warren Buffett, maybe the greatest investor ever, can sit up there at his annual meeting and tell you all the mistakes he made the prior year and how many billions of dollars he has lost as shareholders, then who am I putting up some fake facade like I don't make any mistakes? I mean, it's just silly, it's not genuine, and it's not really helpful to you guys at all. Let's be honest, guys. 90% plus of the people out there in the finance space don't do that, and that is why it is up to you to create a plan, do evaluation, and invest accordingly. And if you don't have a defined plan for your stocks, or you don't know how to value a stock, we can help you with all of that, as there is a course in the Market Insiders Credit Group dedicated to that, along with creating an infinite money loop and other courses available as well, along with live weekly Q&As where you can ask me basically anything, a great Discord group, tons of exclusive videos, downloads, and more, all for the price of a meal for two at McDonald's. Consider it a cheap date that went really well. So check that out. It's the first link in the description in the pinned comment. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.